Welcome to the inner citadel. Most people think discipline is a test of character. They believe the disciplined man is simply stronger, tougher, more motivated, or born with something they lack. So when they fail to stay consistent, they turn against themselves. They call themselves lazy. They call themselves weak. They believe something is wrong with them because they cannot force themselves to do what they know they should do. But this is the first illusion you must break. A lack of discipline is not always a character flaw. Very often, it is a design flaw. Your brain was not built to chase long-term goals. It was not built to care about your future body, your future wealth, your future reputation, or the man you want to become 10 years from now. Your brain was shaped for survival. It learned to conserve energy, avoid pain, seek immediate reward, and repeat what feels safe. That is why it does not naturally want the gym. It wants the couch. It does not naturally want the difficult book. It wants the glowing screen. It does not naturally want deep work. It wants quick dopamine, easy stimulation, and familiar comfort. This is not weakness. This is biology. The problem is that the modern world demands the opposite of what your primitive brain prefers. To rise, you must delay gratification. To build anything meaningful, you must do difficult things before they feel rewarding. To become powerful, you must repeat actions that often feel boring, uncomfortable, and invisible in the beginning. So inside you, there is a constant war. One part of you wants growth. The other wants comfort. One part of you wants transformation. The other wants conservation. And if you try to win that war with motivation alone, you will lose. Motivation is too emotional to be trusted. It rises when life feels exciting and disappears when life becomes heavy. It promises everything in the morning and abandons you at night. The man who depends on motivation is ruled by weather. If he feels inspired, he moves. If he feels tired, he stops. If he feels confident, he acts. If he feels uncertain, he postpones. That is not discipline. That is emotional dependency disguised as ambition. Real discipline does not come from force. It comes from structure. It comes from designing your life so the right action becomes easier than the wrong one. The most consistent people are not fighting heroic battles against temptation every day. They are not stronger in some magical way. They have simply built environments, routines, and identities that make discipline almost inevitable. They do not rely on willpower to defeat the brain. They learn how to direct the brain. This is where most people misunderstand self-control. They believe self-control is something you summon in the moment of temptation. But by the time temptation appears, the battle is already much harder. If your phone is beside your bed, if your workspace is chaotic, if your gym clothes are hidden, if your bad habits are visible and your good habits are buried, you have designed an environment that makes failure easy and success difficult. Then you blame yourself when the system produces exactly what it was built to produce. A man who wants to read but leaves his book inside a drawer and his phone on the pillow should not be surprised when he scrolls instead of reading. A man who wants to train but leaves his shoes in the car and his clothes scattered should not be surprised when he stays in bed. A man who wants to work deeply but keeps notifications on should not be surprised when his attention shatters. This is not a moral failure. It is poor architecture. Your environment is always training you. The room you sleep in trains you. The apps on your phone train you. The people around you train you. The food in your kitchen trains you. The objects within reach train you. Whatever is visible becomes easier to choose. Whatever is hidden becomes easier to forget. The disciplined man understands this and stops fighting the environment. He redesigns it. If you want to read more, place the book where your hand naturally goes. If you want to train in the morning, prepare the clothes before you sleep. If you want to stop wasting time on your phone, remove the apps, turn off notifications, or keep the device away from your body. If you want to work deeply, clear the desk before the session begins. Reduce friction for the behavior you want. Increase friction for the behavior that weakens you. This is not complicated, but it is powerful because the brain follows the path of least resistance. Discipline begins before the moment of action. It begins the night before. It begins in the design. It begins in the quiet preparation no one sees. The world praises the man who forces himself through resistance, but the wiser man builds a life where less resistance exists in the first place. He does not wait to feel ready. He sets the trap for his better self and removes the escape routes for his weaker one. If this is already making you see discipline differently, subscribe to the Inner Citadel and comment, "I build the system." Because the man who builds the system no longer needs to beg himself to act. Now understand the next layer. You do not need to create every habit from nothing. Your life is already full of habits. You wake up and check something. You enter the bathroom and brush your teeth. You make coffee. You sit at a desk. You lock the door. You lie down at night. These actions already exist in your nervous system. They happen with little thought. The secret is to attach a new behavior to an old one. This is how you make discipline easier. After brushing your teeth, you stretch for 2 minutes. After making coffee, you write 1 paragraph. After sitting at your desk, you open the document before anything else. After locking the door, you take 1 deliberate breath and decide the first action of the day. The old habit becomes the trigger for the new one. You are no longer asking the brain to invent a new path from nothing. You are using a road that already exists. Start smaller than your ego wants. This is important. The weaker version of you wants dramatic change because dramatic change feels exciting. But the disciplined version understands that consistency is built through actions small enough to repeat. Do not begin with 1 hour of reading. Begin with 1 page. Do not begin with a brutal workout. Begin with putting on the shoes and doing 10 minutes. Do not begin with an entire morning routine filled with impossible standards. Begin with 1 action that can survive a difficult day. Most people fail because they design habits for their most motivated self. That self is unreliable. Design habits for your tired self, your stressed self, your distracted self, your low-energy self. If the habit can survive on a bad day, it can compound on a good one. A routine that only works when life is perfect is not a system. It is a fantasy. This is why procrastination must be understood correctly. Procrastination is not always laziness. Often, it is the brain responding to friction. The task feels too large, too vague, too boring, too difficult, or too unrewarding. So the brain escapes into something clear, easy, immediate, and stimulating. It chooses the phone because the phone knows how to reward you instantly. Your work does not. Your workout does not. Your study session does not. So if you want better behavior, you must make it obvious, attractive, easy, and satisfying. Make it obvious by placing the cue in front of you. Make it attractive by pairing the action with something you enjoy. Make it easy by shrinking the starting point until it feels almost impossible to refuse. Make it satisfying by tracking progress or giving yourself a clean sense of completion. When the behavior becomes visible, desirable, simple, and rewarding, procrastination loses much of its power. Imagine someone who wants to study every night. Their material is buried in a bag, their desk is messy, the phone is nearby, and the goal is to study for 1 full hour. That system is built for failure. Now imagine the same person prepares the desk before dinner, leaves the book open, puts the phone in another room, starts with 5 minutes, and marks completion on a calendar. The person did not suddenly become stronger. The system became smarter. This is the truth most people resist. You do not rise to the level of your desires. You fall to the level of your systems. Your goals may be noble, but your systems decide whether those goals survive contact with fatigue, stress, and ordinary life. A man with weak systems will eventually betray strong intentions. A man with strong systems can continue even when motivation disappears. Now comes another illusion. Many people believe they must love the process to stay disciplined. They hear phrases like fall in love with the journey, and feel broken because they do not love waking up early, training hard, studying deeply, writing, building, saving money, or doing repetitive work. But you do not need to love discipline. You need to make discipline inevitable. Highly consistent people do not wake up every day excited to do what must be done. They do not always feel inspired. They do not always enjoy the routine. What they have is a structure that carries them when emotion is absent. They made the action part of the day before the mood had a chance to argue. That is the difference between amateurs and builders. The amateur waits to feel like acting. The builder removes the need to decide. If you want to run in the morning, do not wait until morning to decide. The decision must be made at night. The clothes are ready. The shoes are visible. The alarm is across the room. The route is known. The first step is already planned. By the time morning arrives, you are not debating with your weaker self. You are following the structure your stronger self created. This is how a man begins to trust himself. Not through affirmations, not through fantasies, through repeated evidence. Every time you do what you said you would do, even in a small way, you cast a vote for a new identity. Every time you train, you tell yourself, I am someone who moves even when comfort calls. Every time you read instead of scrolling, you tell yourself, I am someone who protects my attention. Every time you begin the task, instead of avoiding it, you tell yourself, I am someone who acts before doubt takes command. Identity is the deepest layer of discipline. If you see yourself as lazy, every disciplined action feels like acting against yourself. If you see yourself as disciplined, every disciplined action feels like proof. This is why lasting change cannot rely only on goals. A goal says, I want this result. Identity says, this is who I am now. And behavior follows identity more faithfully than it follows desire. The question is not only what do you want to achieve? The deeper question is, who must you become for that achievement to be natural? A person trying to write a book should not only say, I want to finish a book. He should begin seeing himself as someone who writes every day, even if only a paragraph. A person trying to get fit should not only say, I want a better body. He should become someone who does not miss the basic vote. Movement, food, sleep, repetition. Small acts become proof. Proof becomes belief. Belief becomes identity. Identity makes the next action easier. This is the true path. Stop fighting your brain with shame. Stop calling yourself weak because a poorly designed system keeps defeating you. Stop waiting for motivation to rescue you. Build the environment. Stack the habits. Reduce friction. Make the first step small. Track the evidence. Become the kind of person who does what needs to be done because the system and the identity now support the action. Discipline is not punishment. Discipline is architecture. It is the structure that protects your future from your impulses. It is the quiet design that makes the right action easier when your emotions are unreliable. It is the way a man stops negotiating with weakness and starts building a life where strength becomes automatic. If this shifted how you see discipline, comment, I build the system. Then choose one habit today, not 10. 1. Make it obvious. Make it attractive. Make it easy. Make it satisfying. Attach it to something you already do. Start small enough that your ego feels unimpressed and your nervous system feels safe. Then repeat, because repetition is how the new identity is born. Subscribe to the Inner Citadel if you are ready to stop relying on motivation and start building the structure that makes discipline inevitable. I'll see you in the next one.